Welcome everybody to another episode of Telguard Insider. My name is Brian Dotson. I'm the West Coast Sales Manager for Telguard. And joining me today is Kyle Harbor. He's our Product Support Specialist. Kyle, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you today, Brian?
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for asking. So, Kyle, I like to start these recordings off with just a little background on you. What were you doing before Telguard, and what's kind of your role with Telguard currently?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Brian. So I started off in a central station for a few years, worked my way up to management. Then after that, I spent a couple years out in the field actively installing and servicing security and fire systems. And then about 6 years ago, I ended up at Telguard. I spent my first 2 years in technical support. I've spent my last four being the product support specialist. So dealing with more advanced issues as well as the development of our user portals and our products.
Great. Yeah, I've come to know you very well, Kyle, and I think you're a terrific asset to the company. So appreciate your time today.
Sure, thank you.
So Kyle, I have all these conversations with our dealers, and one that seems to come up pretty frequently is how do I get rid of my deactivated subscribers? And, I think you and I both know we like to keep those in place, for reference reasons. And then also we do have internal audits from time to time. That way we can verify that a dealer actually was the one to deactivate an account. But is there a way that the dealers can just show their active subscribers?
Absolutely, yes, sir. So you'll view my screen here. I am logged in as a dealer once in the portal. I have a couple of ways I can go about it. The easiest, but is only going to include up to your last 100 active subscribers, is selecting total active under summary on that first page. Now, obviously, my account only has 2 active, but if I had up to 100, they would all show here. Now, I can also get to this by going to subscriber search, which is where this field automatically puts me, with active subscribers in the select status dropdown. So when I do that and I search, I'm going to end up with all my active subscribers. Now, if I want to export that report, because sometimes that is relevant in some of our scenarios we come across, I would want to select, sorry, I accidentally got too far ahead of myself. I want to select View Report. After I'm in View Report, I'm going to select Active and Filter. At this point, it's going to give me a list of all active subscribers, and I can select to export to Excel or as a CSV document.
Great. No, that's perfect. So another topic I wanted to review, we did launch a new subscriber tab late last year, and I just wanted you to go over what that tab encompasses and some of the listings that may show up on it.
Of course. So if I open one of my active subscribers here, so I'll use one of my demo accounts in this case, and the new tab is Supervisory Events, which is available under the subscriber. And I have the ability to filter out how long ago the event could have occurred. So I have that leniency. But we're going to list things that are system trouble conditions for our units. So if the unit shows a low battery or a LAN or line fault condition, depending on the unit, a dial tone failure, a panel presence failure, or failure in link supervision, which is going to show up as an RFC. That's RFC number 3. We're also going to show when those troubles restore. So you're going to get a time and date of when the trouble occurred as well as when it restored. So it's going to give you more insight as to what troubles are occurring on the unit and how you can best go about resolving them if you want to avoid calling technical support for the same assistance.
Great. No, that's some terrific insight that we provided there. And then last thing for me, Kyle, I know we have a bunch of buttons within Telguard.com, and I just wanted us to hit some, the purpose of some of those buttons and the differences, right? So could you kind of review the self-test button, status request, restart, replace, and things of that nature?
Absolutely. So this is all under the device details tab, being that it pertains to the device, not necessarily any of the subscriber information. But we have a self-test option. So if I go to the device details tab, I'll see the self-test. This allows me the ability to filter how long back I want to look at self-tests that have already occurred. And then if I go over here into the top right corner of this section, I can select to manually test and what codes I use, and I can trigger a self-test at that time to know if the unit is currently passing or failing that self-test. Something to note, if I do, under the supervisory events, see a RFC3 set, that would tell me that the supervision has failed and self-test will fail as well at that time, just for a little insight. The next tab would be status. This is where I can request status from the unit. It will give me the date and time of the status report, the mode of operation, the signal strength, and then it'll also tell me if any of those system trouble conditions exist and when they last occurred, at least for AC failure, low battery, RFC, which is link supervision, as well as a no service condition. Now I can select to deactivate a unit. So as you can see, we provide a pop-up that gives you a little bit of insight. But this essentially would suspend the billing and functionality of the unit. There's many circumstances where this could come into play, but you're welcome to call us for more details on that. Detach, if I were going to be removing a unit to replace it with a new unit, detaching would be the method I would use. And then to add the new unit, I would go to the replace tab, which this allows me to add a new unit to the same existing subscriber. The last button here is going to be the restart button. This is going to do a soft reset of the unit. So if the unit were in a state where it's currently not responding, I have the capability to try to restart the unit, see if that'll prompt it to connect to the network, and then at least buy myself a little time if I'm a dealer to get out to the site rather than having to rush someone there right then at that moment. So that's one option. It'll also give you, assuming it responds to that restart command, it will give you a new status report that'll indicate any and all issues going on with the unit.
Awesome, Kyle. I think we've provided the audience some really great tools that they can use on their own before reaching out to our tech support team. So I appreciate your time today addressing those.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. My pleasure.
Yep. And then last thing for me, just the call to action here would be, if you've tried all these items that we went over today, you can always, of course, still reach out to our very helpful and knowledgeable tech support team at Telguard, and you can contact them at 1-800-229-2326, option number 9, 1-800-229-2326, option number 9. Kyle, thanks again for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.